So today's topic is something really important, and it is about double cleansing. So a lot of you probably already know what this is, or some of you have probably heard it quite recently because it is becoming more and more common in the beauty industry. And I say that in regards to Western beauty culture because it has been a thing for literally the longest time in Japanese beauty, I think Korean beauty as well, and Asian beauty as a whole has been on top of the double cleansing game for a really long time. I have been double cleansing literally since I ever started wearing makeup, and it is the only way I knew how to cleanse. Like, I thought everyone cleansed this way. This was the only way you actually remove your makeup and cleanse your face. So I've been doing it for probably about 10 years now, so I think I kind of know the system fairly well. So I thought I would do a video for you guys who are interested in it or new to it or just curious about what double cleansing is. So for those of you who don't know what is double cleansing, it is, as the name suggests, a two-step cleansing routine. First step, using an oil-based cleanser to remove oil-based impurities like oil, obviously, makeup, waterproof sunscreen and that. And then the second step is using a water-based cleanser that helps remove water-based impurities like dirt and sweat. Basically, it just, oh wow, it's getting dark. Basically, it's just to ensure that you give your skin a really good deep cleanse and there's no impurities left on your skin when you go to apply the rest of your skincare. It also helps to keep your skin clear from clogged pores. Today, I am going to be focusing on a Japanese double cleansing routine. So generally what you'll find in Japan and what Japanese people do to double cleanse. Firstly, there are many types of oil-based cleansers out there. Oil, of course, cleansing balms, cleansing milks, cleansing gel, cleansing cream. What else? Like makeup wipes, technically, micellar water. They all have some oil content to help remove the oil and then also break down the makeup. Obviously, even saying oil-based cleanser, there's lots of different types and it can get a little bit confusing. So I will leave a table that I have made up for you guys. Basically, the higher the makeup removing ability is, it is technically harsher on your skin. Saying that, I have still opted to use oil-based cleansers. In all honesty, I've been using like the Biore one, as I said, for probably like 10 years, and I still tend to reach for the oil cleansers. The reason being, one, it is the most effective to remove makeup. So I use just one oil cleanser to remove all of my makeup, my face makeup, my eye makeup, my lip makeup. Even if it's waterproof, an oil cleanser will get it off compared to the other oil-based cleansers. Some people do get worried that it can be oil stripping. I do not necessarily have very dry skin. It might be normal to slightly dry, but I have read many Japanese articles on this, and it's basically how quick you work with the cleanser. So even if it does have oil stripping capabilities, as long as you work quick and you don't have it on your skin for that long, it isn't going to actually strip your skin of the oils. And if you have oily skin, you might be thinking you don't need to double cleanse or the oil is going to make you oilier, but as I've been saying, the oil cleansers actually help removal of oil, so it actually is more beneficial for people who do have oily skin. So after your first step with the oil is your second step, which, as I was saying before, is the water-based cleanser. This is going to help remove the rest of that first cleanser, as well as things like sweat and dirt in your skin. Again, there are a few different types of cleansers. In Japan, they do mainly use foaming cleansers, which I know some people have like a big thing against because it can strip your skin, but I still use a foaming cleanser and I just make sure I cater for my skin afterwards and rehydrate and re-moisturize in the rest of my skincare routine. So now that you know what double cleansing is, let me show you how I do mine. Let's go into the tutorial.
Alrighty, let's get on with this double cleansing, shall we? So first step, very obvious one, just get your hair out of your face. Mine is pretty long, so usually I put it in a bun, and always make sure I do have a headband so I can cleanse my face without worrying about getting my hair wet. I do have false lashes on, so honestly I'm just gonna peel them off, which I know isn't too great. I know you're supposed to like soak them off, but whatevs. And I'm going to wash my hands with some hand soap. What's the point of trying to cleanse your face if you have already dirty hands? And since I am going to be using an oil cleanser, I am going to quickly dry off my hands. The oil cleanser I'm currently using is the Hadalabo oil cleansing with olive oil. I have been really liking this one. There will be a review to come, obviously, but I like it because it is good for sensitive skin. No added coloring, fragrance, mineral oil or alcohol in this one, and it is quite a loose formula. As you can see, it's not a thick gluggy oil cleanser, so I have been liking it recently. I am first going to take just one pump and work the cleanser in the areas that need it most. So in the T-zone, obviously your T-zone carries the most oil, so you want to work on the oilier areas first before the rest of your face. In all honesty, I should be using a point makeup remover to remove my eye and lip makeup. I am not doing this because I am lazy and a bad person. So if you do that, please keep doing that, and please do that first, because obviously you are supposed to remove the most stubborn makeup first, which I am not doing here. But once I've worked on the T-zone, I am going to move on to the rest of my face, obviously trying to be as gentle as possible and kind of massaging the oil on the surface of my skin. Now we are going to take one extra pump of oil cleanser and take a small amount to work on removing my lipstick, and then with the remainder of the cleanser I am going to remove my eye makeup. Now obviously be as gentle as possible to your eyes. The skin around your eyes are very delicate. This is one of the reasons why I don't like using point makeup remover. I feel like no matter how hard you try, you are going to slightly rub on your eyes with a cotton pad. So I just make sure I'm really gentle using an oil cleanser, and you can kind of tell I'm not actually rubbing on my lashes but right underneath, so it's the friction against my lashes and my fingers that's removing the makeup instead of rubbing directly on top of my lashes, if you get what I mean. So I do not necessarily recommend you to open your eyes after cleansing, but I do tend to choose cleansers that do not sting my eyes so I can, I guess. And wetting your hands really quick, you want to emulsify the oil cleanser that is on your skin. This is going to help lift the makeup from your skin even furthermore before you rinse off with lukewarm water. Always make sure you do use lukewarm water. If it is too hot, it is going to dry your skin, and then if it is too cold, it's not actually going to help lift the makeup from your skin. So this next step is, I guess, kind of optional, and it's using micellar water on a cotton pad to remove the rest of the makeup from the hairline and neck. I do not do this when I wash my face in the shower because obviously I can kind of wash down to my neck, but if I'm washing in a sink like this, I do use it because it's usually quite hard to cleanse down to your neck. So I'll show you how much makeup has come off from my hairline. It is not too drastic, but there is still some makeup there, and then I'm going to do the rest of your neck, and it is quite disgusting how much makeup you actually get off. If you are applying your makeup right, then you're going to have a fair amount of makeup on your neck. So please make sure to cleanse even quickly with a micellar water. Even if you don't wear makeup, it will definitely help remove any dirt and dust from your neck as well. Then using the clean other side of the cotton pad, I am going to quickly wipe over my lips. I feel like this works as a quick exfoliant for your lips also. And now moving on to step 2 of the cleansing routine, we're going to grab a foaming cleanser and a foaming net. I am currently using the Nivea Cream Care Foaming Cleanser. It's supposed to be a really nice, rich, moisturizing one that uses the same ingredients as the Nivea tin. It's not my favorite, but definitely doesn't leave my skin feeling really stripped. It does have quite a thick cream-like texture and is a little bit sticky, kind of like the Perfect Whip, but it still does foam up quite nicely. So I have been using it in the slightly drier months here in Australia. So as you guys would have guessed, I love my foaming gadgets, so you can use a foaming net or this hoipurin, which I did do a full video on, so please check out the iCard. I'm going to use the foaming net today. I actually find it easier, so I think I'm just used to it. Gonna take a decent amount of cleanser on a very wet net and just gonna foam. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm foaming some cleanser. So I do think using large amounts of really fluffy foam is very J-beauty, and it's a standard in Japanese skincare but not so much in Western skincare. So you might be thinking, why do we need to foam it so much or even foam it up in general? And there are multiple reasons for this. First thing, it is a foaming cleanser and meant to be used in a foamed form. For example, if the cleanser is originally a high pH, the water and foaming process helps bring the pH level down, allowing it to be less harsh on the skin. Second reason, by having a good amount of foam, you basically don't have to touch your face or cleanse your face with your hands, but you're actually cleansing with the foam. So there's not as much friction between your hands and face, therefore being a gentler process on your skin. And lastly, the finer the bubbles, the more it can get into the nooks and crannies and really help to cleanse and lift off any makeup and dirt and oils that are deep within your pores. So once you do have your nice fluffy foam, make sure your face is wet before going in with the face wash. Again, working in the T-zone first where it is more oily, and once you feel like you've had a good cleanse of your T-zone, move on to the rest of your face. I do tend to break out more on my chin and jawline because of hormonal acne, so I do make sure I get a really good cleanse and wash along my jawline as well, not leaving anywhere behind. Now moving on to the rinsing process, which is just as important. You really don't want to leave anything left on your skin, any makeup remover, any makeup, any face wash, because basically anything left on your skin can be cause of bacteria and breakouts. So really make sure you rinse absolutely everything off. So I did do some research on this and read many Japanese articles and blog posts, and most of them do recommend to rinse between 20 to 30 times. As a frame of reference, I actually counted how many times I rinsed in this video from counting the splashes, and I think I rinsed like 25-ish. I was not consciously counting how many times I rinse my face. This is just how I do it usually, so I guess I am within the recommended rinsing number. Personally, I do finish off with some colder water just to help tighten my pores a little bit at the end of the rinsing process. And as I have said in the past, make sure you dab your skin dry with a towel instead of rubbing to not damage your skin, and you are done with your double cleansing routine. You now have a really nicely cleansed, fresh canvas for all of your skincare to work on. Woohoo!
So there you have it, guys. That is how I double cleanse my face every night. I must say quickly that I don't double cleanse every single day. It is when I wear makeup or wear a waterproof or super waterproof sunscreen. So if it's just a water-based sunscreen, I will just do my second step cleanse because I've only got like water-based impurities on my skin, and I don't feel it necessary to remove the oil in my skin as well if I'm not wearing makeup or a waterproof sunscreen. I really hope that was helpful for you guys. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know if you double cleanse and which products you use in your double cleansing routine. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah!